Yo, that's the intro song that I'm thinking about using, and I don't know if I want to roll that way. It's super heavy, dude, and not a lot of people fuck with that, you know? Yeah, so that's the idea. That's the song that keeps coming back for an intro song, because that's me, dude. I like the heavy shit. I like things like that. You know, I don't want to do rap. I'm not a huge fan of the popular rap that's going around. It's not me. So I like the heavy shit. Here's another one that I think I want to do. It's right here. Here, listen. So that'd be the intro, right? It's coming in. So I'll probably start the intro now. And then it would fade in, and here I am, and I'm talking yada, yada, yada. That's the idea. And now, not a lot of people like that shit. Not a lot of people like the heavy metal. Virtually nobody likes it, okay? If we had to put that shit on a pie chart, that would be 0.00001% of the world that likes that shit. But it's all good. It's what I like. And a lot of people who are into the gym and shit also like that stuff. So, watch. This is what I'm going to do. Watch. 2023 rap. Whatever song pops up first, I guarantee you, I think is ass. So we're going to put it on this. Here we go. Drake, I Don't Give a Fuck, featuring Yeet. Oh, I'm out. Dude, oh, so ass, bro. Oh, let's give it a chance. So are we rapping or what are we doing? I'm going to fast forward. Arizona's in the toilet. That's what he said, dude. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. And you can give me shit all you want. I don't give a fuck. I like heavy metal. I like good music. So here's what it is. So with all that out of the way, that's the idea for the intro. And the outro would be a similar thing to that first song. The dun dun, you know, because it represents me. It's who I am. What the fuck I like. So a lot of people do that corny. Oh, watch this, dude. We'll go like this. MP. Song music. Everybody uses MPS, no copyright. Oh, NCS music. Let's see. Playlist. That actually wasn't that bad, but a lot of people use some corny ass guitar. Ding 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 ding. Welcome back to the blah. Shut the fuck up, bro. That's lame. It's corny. I'm not into that shit. So. Yeah, just kind of personalizing the shit to me. And if you want to listen, then you listen. And if you don't want to listen, then you won't. And I'm fine with that. Because I'm having a good-ass time with this no listeners. If you heard yesterday's show, I got some random guy in the UK listening. So, pretty fucking cool. So, can't say it's nobody. Got one guy at least. Here's the thing, though. So, it says I have 5 distinct devices that have listened in the last 7 days. And so I'm wondering if the 4 are because I'm using my phone to access Spotify for podcasters, as well as the Spotify app, and then my MacBook for the Spotify for podcasters, and then Spotify app. So that's technically 4. Or it's just my phone and my MacBook, which is 2, and then there's 3 people listening. I don't think it's that, though, because the geographic, everything is the exact same as me. So the age, the gender, location is all me. But this guy's from the UK. And yeah, I'm not going to give out any more information. I think it's kind of weird. So, So anyway, that's the intro song that I'm looking to use, nonetheless. So today I wanted to talk about a few things. I came prepared today. I have a whole show planned out here. And that is, I'm going to fucking keep on burping, I guess is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to talk about the phase 1 fail, the future of this show, and then where my head has been at regarding business and the focuses of that. So, without further ado, here we go. So today would have been day 31 of phase 1. Obviously, it only goes to 30. So today I would have woken up and completed the program. I would have woken up a success, a victor. I would have won, dude, but I didn't. So, kind of hit me today. Just barely thought about that. But it's crazy because I'm actually in a lot of ways, and this is just perspective shift, I'm glad I failed because I learned a lot, and I wasn't really doing things that pushed my life forward in the long run necessarily. So like with the podcast for sure. I mean, the podcast was born from this. The awareness to gratitude and how easy it is to just change your mind like that and focus on the good. That was born from this failure. But, doing the writing, which took up a lot of time, writing was good for me to get everything down, but I started really not liking it. I didn't really find any reason to continue doing it other than I said I would, and so I have to follow through. And I think I just had a really good spur of the moment idea and acted on it immediately and made a full blown commitment. And then I ended up realizing about 15 days in that I wasn't really benefiting, so it was kind of just because I committed, I have to follow through. And so I don't have to do the writing anymore, which is fine. But writing it's going to help me later for sure. I mean, I've got about 80 pages worth of stuff written down, which is cool, but it's not beneficial to me now. And I want to do things that are beneficial to me now. So yeah. A lot of things were born from the first phase. I failed, but a lot was born, such as the podcast, the gratitude, the stretching, the importance of that. Because I've been hitting some numbers in the gym, and I would like to say that's because of my dedication to stretching and getting that recovery in. So fuck yeah, dude. So a lot of things happen because of this failure, but I don't see it as I wasted all this time. So a lot of people, dude, I've noticed in the Facebook group. When I was in there, I haven't had social media in a minute. They would post when they failed for the 75 hard group chat. They would post their failures, and they would say, I wasted so much time. And dude, I think that's such a horrible way to look at it. You didn't waste time. It's never a waste of time ever to do anything on the program whatsoever. Ever. It's never a failure. It's never a waste of time. I just don't understand how you can say that. So even if you got to day 75 and you had a cheat meal, you didn't waste time, dude. You just didn't complete the program completely, but you still did everything right. You arguably got the same things as somebody who completed the program because you're just 2 hours off. You just had a cheat meal, And I guess that's kind of contradictory to the whole thing. You got to follow the program exactly how it is. But I mean, let's be real. Somebody does it for 75 days, you do it for 74, 23 hours, 59 minutes. You're probably gaining the same skill set. You're not going to feel as good because you didn't complete it, but definitely gained a lot of the same. It's a fucking lid. All right. Probably gained a lot of the same skills and mentality and everything along the way. So it's never a waste of time because you gained all that shit. So yeah, that's just what I think. So yeah. So segueing into the business a little bit. So I've been thinking more and focusing more on the clarity and gaining clarity, I should say, of my brand identity and who I serve. And so my focus has been more on the brand itself, the identity itself, than anything else at the moment. I'm actually about to order some samples, which is pretty exciting shit. It's expensive though, dude. Just for some insight, the manufacturer that I'm working with, that I'm trying to get samples with now, so here's the thing, full transparency, I don't have a lot of money. I can't make a huge order up front, nor do I necessarily want to, but a lot of manufacturers out there don't offer low minimum order quantities, which is known as MOQs. They don't offer low MOQs. And when I say low, I mean below 1,000, because, for example, if I buy 1,000 products and they're all $30 each, that's $30,000, and I don't have $30,000 for a startup. I've got less than an eighth of that. You know what I mean? So humble beginnings, man, but just being honest. So I was looking for manufacturers that offered low MOQs, and I found one. And looking at everything, and it looks like sample costs are upwards of almost $1,000. And that just means that I get 3 products sent to me, so I can do 3 flavors, and then I get 2 revisions each, or maybe it's 3 revisions each on every single product. So if I get a strawberry, a blueberry, and a watermelon flavor, I'll get it, taste it, try it, and I get to revise it, the flavor, not the formula, and make free adjustments to that. So it's almost $1,000 for 3 products. And that sucks, dude, because it's a sample. So I would essentially get either 60 servings of my product if I did that, or 90, depending on if I go with a 20 or 30, as I kick my desk, 30 serving size, and I don't know yet. Just a lot of strategic business approach to the serving sizes, because I can only do one product right now, and I'd like to do one that I don't break the bank on first, and that's 100% honest. I don't want to do a 30 serving, I think, right now, because it's going to cost more money. Not a lot more, but it's going to cost more, and I just want to I think I want to start with the smaller one. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think that is more influential to get somebody to purchase again, because they only have 20 servings. And you can call that devious, you can call it slimy, to give them less so they buy more. But, dude, I'm being honest, I think that's what I should do for the sake of the business. And if you're listening and that turned you completely off, then sorry, man, that's literally how the world goes round, you know? So I'm just doing what I can here. I'm trying to make a good product, and if you want to support and be a part of that shit, that's fucking awesome. But if not, it's all good. Glad you stopped by and listened anyway. So I think I'm rolling with the 20. So all that being said, I don't know if I'm going to even do 20 or 30. I don't know. Maybe I'll do 25, dude. Fuck. Maybe I'll do 24. Call it Kobe line. I don't know. So anyway, focusing on that, rather the brand identity itself, rather than really anything else, aside from the samples, because I got to get that gourted. Just trying to figure out which flavors I want to go with to sample first. So I get 3 for almost $1,000, and then hopefully they're good, you know. So anyway, my focus aside from that has been more on what the brand stands for, believes in, represents, and the vision that it has, because I guess it goes with the next thing I wrote down here, which was focusing on the community I want to build and focusing on the type of people who identify with the brand, which it's a very slim population. Very special population, you know. And so I've been focusing on the core beliefs, the values, what we stand for, what we're trying to achieve, where we want to go, and all that stuff. And I say we, and it's literally just me. But I say we because I know I'm going to have some kind of support, fan base, group, cult shit. I'm probably going to get banned because I said cult, but shadow banned, whatever. And so that's the goal. And I've been focusing on what type of environment I'd want to create for people who support the brand. And it is already a very slim population of people who enjoy doing hard work, people who enjoy, I guess enjoy is the wrong word, people who find fulfillment in remaining disciplined and getting shit done because they know that's how to unlock the next level of life. Not a lot of people get that, and not a lot of people identify with that whole mentality, but for those who do, this is for you. This is totally for you. And so I guess going off of that, I like the idea of a brand that is almost like a documentary through the entrepreneur behind it all. So for example, you come across a brand, you see that it's a brand, you see it as a company, you see that they have this or that, they have whatever. And then you also see that you know who the person is behind it all. You know who they are, what they stand for, what their beliefs are. You know who that person is who put that product in the box, who shipped it to you, who signed the thing and said, hey, thank you. You know who they are. Rather than just being a faceless, random-ass CEO of a company that, you know, you don't know anything about. Such as Walmart, Target, JCPenney, Macy's, Kroger. Who the fuck runs those? I know they're massive corporations. I know. But who the fuck runs them? Who signs this? Who does that? Who what the fuck even is, you know? So I like the idea of being almost like a documentary through the entrepreneur, through it all. So you have the brand, it's all professional, nothing weird about it, just what you see. But you can go to Bryson Sessions' page and see what he's doing behind the scenes and see that he actually embodies all the skills and traits that he says that the brand does too, meaning that he almost made the whole company off of himself. He is the example. He's the standard. You know, he's the brand. So, and that's me. I'm talking about myself here. I'm the example. I'm the standard. I am the brand because I'm starting from humble beginnings. You know, I got less than $5,000 to put into this, and I got big visions, dude. Massive visions of, you know, 2 commas, 9 figures, you know. The idea of having $1 billion, that's I can't quite comprehend that. I'm not saying that's not my goal. But I'm not saying it's not. Not saying that it's not, but not saying that it is, you know. But anyway, yeah, so just the idea of that is so, I would want to buy into a brand. I mean, I guess a lot of what I'm doing here is because of kind of my viewpoint, but I know a lot of people view the same way. I mean, I value the transparency of a brand, the integrity, the hustle, and the quality of a product. But if I can see kind of behind the scenes and what the guys are doing, or the girls are doing, or whatever is going on, that's sick, dude. And so I like that idea. So, for example, imagine the Instagram page being a brand that you know and love, but the owner, the founder comes on, talks here and there, is completely transparent, completely honest, is kind of entertaining, is kind of funny, but overall has a great message, and it's something that you believe in. Would you want to get behind that? Because I would, and that's kind of what I'm trying to put out there. So I like that idea. I like trying, or I guess setting the example, setting the standard. Well, my voice cracks and I keep burping, dude. Fuck. I like that because it gives me something to work for. It gives me something to kind of practice what I preach, you know. It's not, you can see that it's not me being a fat motherfucker behind a computer desk who just happens to be PhD and know this or that. It's me actually doing shit in real life, working my ass off, staying disciplined, staying the course, being resilient, getting shit done, and living to a very high standard of lifestyle. And not a lot of people can get behind that personally, and that's okay. But if you have even the slightest itch or desire to do so, then you're in the right spot. So I welcome you, and I'm thankful that you're listening or even want to be a part of the brand. So all that being said, I want the brand to be about transparency, integrity, hustle, and quality. I want that to be there. I want you to be able to see, hey, you know what? Product is actually kind of clumpy because there's a problem with this. We're going to get it fixed, but there's nothing wrong with the quality. Everything's great. It still tastes great. There's nothing wrong with it, but you might see clumps. It's all good. It is what it is, though. Versus some getting a hand or a printed note in your order that says, hey, it might be clumpy. No worries. It's still good. Trust us, you know? Who the fuck are you guys? Why would I trust, you know? So that's kind of the idea behind that, just something like that. So like I just said, I want people to see the brand, the product, and then go one inch deeper, and then see the vision. You know, you can see where the brand's headed, what they want to achieve. And then if you go 1 inch deeper, maybe you click on a post and see that it's not the brand that wrote the caption, it's actually me, you know, or whoever the owner of the brand is. They wrote the post, and you can click on their profile and go to their brand and see what they got going on, and then see, oh, this is the guy that runs the show. That's cool. Oh, he likes the Lakers too. What a fucking guy. Oh man, he, you know, whatever. He likes metal too. That's fucking sick, you know. That's the idea behind that as well. And so I'm not doing this for really any other reason I'm not doing this to be the guy that people see like, oh, he's a guy who works his ass off. But it is hard to hate on a guy who is working his ass off all day, who's honest about everything he does with the brand and everything that you're consuming from the product or the brand that he supplies that is his product, and continues to show up regardless. I think that's a very high standard, and I think that's sweet to see and I guess watch people develop in that way, you know. So that's the goal for me. I want people to see that I'm just like them. I just have a big goal, a big vision, big dream, and I'm working every day to achieve it. And here's how I'm doing it. And also, thank you for buying the product. Here's what we're doing. Here's behind the scenes. Here's me as a real person. You know, I wake up and I eat breakfast just like you. I go to the gym just like you. But maybe where we differ is I force myself to do things that I don't want to do, such as an ice bath here in the next hour that I don't want to do, dude. Matter of fact, it's hot as fuck in my room, so right this very second, I would love to, but you get what I'm saying. So that's the goal. And so because of that, I've kind of been having some because I'm going to talk about the podcast a little bit here. So I've been having conflicting thoughts about keeping the bq.POV Daily Podcast show and the new show, which would be after episode 100. I think I'm not solid on any of that yet, but I'm just brainstorming of where I want where I want the show to go, because I actually started working on my New Year's goals, and I have a huge laundry list of. I'm actually going to talk about that this show. I think it'll be beneficial. Dude, we're already at 20 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah, I think we'll talk about that this show. Maybe we'll talk about it next show. I'm not sure. So yeah, I've been having conflicting thoughts about keeping this bq.POV Daily Podcast show, and then creating a new one, which would be the same feed, I would just change the name to what I think will be called the Relentless Pursuit of Personal Excellence podcast show daily. Not daily. Something like that. I like that, how that flows. And so personal excellence now is unanimous with Andy Frisella. So if you think that I got that from him or I stole it from him, I didn't steal shit. His saying And he's not even saying it to coin a term or to have a quote. He truly believes this, and so do I. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. And I don't want to steal any thunder. That's all his. That's all his thing. If you want to learn more about what that means and the gear and everything that you can buy, you don't have to. But just the whole message behind it, I would encourage you to go check him out, because that's where I learned a lot of what I'm doing right now. So courtesy to Andy Frisella. Thankful, gratitude, great. What the fuck am I trying to say? Courtesy of Andy Frisella, I'm able to do a lot of what I'm doing because he's instilled a lot of confidence into me through the 75 Hard Live Hard program and all of his podcasts that are free, everything that he does for free just to help us. So I'm going to leave that up to him. Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. But my thing would be the relentless pursuit of personal excellence. So that's me trying to achieve personal excellence in my life and what that looks like in my life and what I desire for my life. And everybody would be different, but personal excellence is a universal standard, meaning we take everything. Actually, we'll go into that in another show. So the focus would be on, from the bq.POV Daily Podcast Show, bq.POV Daily Podcast Show, what a mouthful, dude, Jesus, to the new Relentless Pursuit of Personal Excellence podcast, which is also a mouthful, so the RPPE. Actually, if you do Pursuit of Personal Excellence, that's Pope. So I could do the Pope podcast, but people might click on that thinking I'm about to talk about Jesus. So not talking about Jesus here. It's another show. But so I think I'm going to focus on that when I'm after 100. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But so like at the same time, I value the transparency of the behind the scenes feel of things personally. So this daily show of daily, first of all, daily, and the documentation behind the scenes in my head, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what my thoughts are, that's so valuable. And I don't really want to stop doing that. So I don't know what I'll do with that. I don't really want to have 2 podcasts. I like keeping everything on one feed. But then again, I have a listener, and I don't have that much experience with anything other than talking to this microphone. But we're on episode 34. So actually, we're a third of the way there after this episode airs. Well, I guess record. So actually, today's November 22nd. There's quite a delay between recording and upload date. So I think this one is scheduled to be uploaded after my voice cracks on December 3rd or something. So tomorrow is Happy Thanksgiving, dude. So if you're listening, Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this and then do the next podcast in the same feed, or do 2 completely different feeds and keep the bq.POV podcast show. or what I'm going to do. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really have no idea. But anyway, so going along with the podcast idea, so there'd be the RPPE podcast, which is the Relentless Pursuit of Personal Excellence. And then there would be my business podcast idea, which would be about education and vision, practical applications of workouts, just education with fitness and everything like that, nutrition, maybe some recipes or some shit. I do recipes for me, for some reason, corny, dude. Just, no pun intended, just so cringy. I have a recipe. Would you like my recipe? I don't know, dude. Shit bugs me. Maybe that's a reflection of me, dude, but talk about recipes. I don't know, man. For some reason, this shit just bugs me. So, with all that being said, we might include some fucking goddamn recipes. And then the education of supplements, above all else, education of why you're putting these things in your body, why you shouldn't put some things in your body, and kind of go into that. And then also, there'd be a lot of entertainment value as well, because I do think that I have some kind of personality here. I do think that I'm kind of funny. I mean, I make myself laugh my own ass off all the time, but, whatever. And then I would use, actually, all the ad revenue from these podcasts, because I hate ads on podcasts, but if it's here and there, and if it's small, and if I don't have to skip 3 or 4 or 5 minutes multiple times during a show, I don't mind, because I know that certain podcasters accept ads because that's how they make their living, and I like their show, and I want to listen to their show. I don't want them to stop, and I understand that if they run ads, they get paid for that, and maybe that's what puts bread on the table for their family. Maybe that's how they make their living, and I'm cool with that. I think that's fair. Matter of fact, I support the fuck out of that. And so with me, if I'm getting ad revenue from the podcast, all that would actually just go directly into the brand, and that would just help accelerate and get new products, new flavors, new whatever. I have so many different ideas that I want to do, stuff that I actually don't see that's on the market now. So maybe I just have to look a little bit harder, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of gaps out there, and I don't know. I'm learning as much as I can at the speed that I can and comprehend and digest everything. So, doing what I can with what I have where I am. So the ad revenue would be used on the brand. So we'll see when we get there. Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of podcasters out there that do run ads, and I'm sure they make a lot of money from it. But I'm not after the money to have the money. The money would, right now, I'm sure if I could get to a point where I could support myself by doing the business and the podcast, and maybe I put them on YouTube as well or something, I would use that money to help support myself. But bare minimum, and then it would just all go to the business to help it grow. For example, I don't know the numbers, but let's just think about this. If I'm, I don't know, a year in and I'm making, I don't even know what number. If I'm making $100,000 a month in revenue, not profits from my pockets, but in revenue, and then I'm able to get $5,000 in revenue from the podcast, that's an extra $60,000 a year that goes into the business. $60,000 would be 20,000 units of a product if it's $30, And that could just be pumped out and pushed to you guys so you guys can get the product. You don't have to wait on back order. You don't have to wait for shipping. You don't have to, and I could even get to a point where I could use money from the fucking podcast to cover shipping. So shipping would be free because fuck paying for shipping, let's be honest. And so I've thought about that. I've thought about using that money to kind of cover things like that. So if shipping costs $7, then per month that would allow, well, just for easy math, say it's $5. So per month that would allow me to ship 1,000 orders for free, and I'm obviously at that point, hopefully I'm above 1,000 orders, but that's the idea. So that's the idea. And real quick, so I've also been having these thoughts of maybe by me doing the podcast of the daily shit, as well as then doing an actual show that which with the pure intent to provide value and perspective and shit from my life, like other podcasters do, that would be an entirely separate product in and of itself, because people would listen to people not even interested in supplements, period, would click on this podcast because maybe they want to learn about, let's say I have a title that says how to stop being a pussy in 2024 or whatever. They might be completely not even in the game of fitness and trying to better themselves. They just want to know how to stop being a bitch so that they can go and do this or that. And they might click on that show, find out that I'm who I am, and be subscribed to that and learn from that. Not even interested in pre-workouts or anything, which is, things kind of go hand in hand. Fitness and success and personal development and growth, discipline, all that shit, they go hand in hand. But you know what I mean. And so it's a whole other different product. So one thing could draw, so people that listen to the show could be drawn to the product, and people who buy the product would hopefully, by my brand design, would see that it's me doing everything, and then they would see that and be like, oh, he's got a podcast, let's check it out. And then also from the actual brand's podcast, which I want to do, which is what I was just talking about, the education vision, applications of workouts, nutrition, education of supplements, entertainment value, they would see that that is also me. And then on that podcast, I might also say that I have another podcast that is this one or whatever one, and then use the complimentary. I don't know. So that's the idea. That's where my head's at. That's what I'm focusing on. Obviously, the focus has been on the product quality, the ingredients, the formula, the dosages, and all of that, of course. But I think I've nailed down a solid formula that I personally would want to take and I would want to see in a pre-workout supplement. And I think talked about this a lot, but there's a lot of people out there who make a pre-workout product for no other reason than because that's what they wanted and they didn't find it on the market. And that's what I did. Not trying to reinvent the wheel or make something that's out of this world or the best, or I did all this research and there's new groundbreaking studies of this. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to make a pre-workout product that I would want to take and that I will take for years to come until I want to reformulate it or add something or whatever. Because there's a lot of shit in pre-workouts, in my opinion, that I don't want to pay for, There's certain ingredients that, sure, they work, sure, there's time and place, but I don't want to pay for them in my pre-workout. If I wanted them, I would buy the product separately, or I would buy this pre-workout, but I don't. The idea, even if it costs me pennies, the idea of buying a pre-workout that has stuff in it that I don't want, even if it is beneficial, I don't like that. I'm spending my money on something I don't want, and I don't want to do that. And so that's pretty much where it stems from. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not saying that this is the superior pre-workout in the market. I'm not saying it's the greatest to be ever done. I am saying, though, that it will be a great product. It will be extremely beneficial to your workouts. It will increase so much. It will promote and enhance all the shit. Otherwise, I wouldn't make it. I'm not going to take a pre-workout if it doesn't do anything. I mean, like I've told you guys in previous episodes, if I don't make money from this for the first year or two, it's all good. I just want to get in the game and start learning the game. I just want to have something going on. I want to work towards this. That sounds more enticing to me than making money or doing anything else. I want to build a brand, a community, build something I can stand for, put my logo or something like that on a shirt, wear it around, and have somebody be like, hey, that's so-and-so's brand. And be like, yeah, dude, that's me, That sounded bad, not for the recognition, but just for the sake of building that community and have people recognize the mission that I'm on, and then they can join in and set the standard for their lives. Shit like that. So, one more thing, I already talked about this actually, but it's just pretty sick to support a brand with the owner being so heavily involved in everything and so upfront with everything. Brands like Gary Vaynerchuk and Andy Frisella, you know who they are, you know what they stand for, you know what companies they run. It's not some faceless brand or company run by who knows. So we know the person and we can relate directly to them. It's not some random motherfucking CEO guy that we have no idea who they are or what they do or what. So I want supporters of the brand to be involved, and so I can create relationships and communities with them. I want to know who you are, what you stand for, what your struggles are, how you overcame them. I want you to share them with me, with the brand, so that we can all contribute to that, see that, and pretty much just celebrate together. And that's all I have for today. That's the show in a nutshell. So that's phase one. I'm kind of glad I failed in some ways. Today would be 31, so it kind of sucks. There's the podcast future, where I'm headed with that. I don't know. I'm a third of the way there, though, so I got to figure that out pretty soon. And then where my focus has been recently, when I say recently, maybe the last 2, 3, 4 days of business, and where I plan to go with everything. So that was the show. Oh, man. If you've heard this, I know this is probably, by the time you hear this, it'll probably be maybe years in advance, or years in the future, 2024, 25, 26. And I guess by that time I already have an intro song. But let me know what you think of this intro song. I'm going to play it one more time. This would be the outro, actually. I'm going to play it so that you guys get a gist of it. So let me know what you think of this song. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Dude, this thing's going to get fucking copyright slammed or something for using people's music. Hold on. I gotta fast forward. Hold on. Okay, ready? Okay, so this would be me talking. This would be kind of how this show's going. Hold on. This would be how's it going? And then the song would slowly fade in, right? And then I would keep on talking, and I would say, hey, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.